Dogecoin up triple digits on its biggest daily gain so far, seeing new all-time highs on the WallStreetBets movement. Coin traders, holy cow, check out Dogecoin, up triple digits. I think at one point today we were up over 200% on this day. If you're not aware, this has been powered by the WallStreetBets group on Reddit right now. So definitely huge momentum and upside going right now. Got a lot to look at and talk about in this chart. Primarily, too, we're going to look about how we actually called this consolidation and kind of timed it with a lot of this pulling back on this RSI. So the timing was actually perfect for a lot of this news announcements to come back, just shooting prices up huge for Dogecoin. So we're going to be talking all about that in the show today. That all sounds good and you're ready to jump into Dogecoin. You know what to do. Smash that free like button. Let's go, doggy. So the last days caused a bunch of controversy as this group, WallStreetBets on Reddit, has touted basically a bunch of different stocks initially. First it was GameStop, AMC, and then now we're actually looking at Dogecoin. So Dogecoin has hit a new all-time high amid all of this. After the explosive days that we did have yesterday, the group decided to switch its focus from stocks like GameStop and AMC and opt for lesser-known cryptocurrencies like Doge after buy orders of the aforementioned stocks were halted on Robinhood. Now, Dogecoin has been very popular because it is one of the few cryptos that is offered on Robinhood for trading, combined with Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, and the other Bitcoin forks. So it's easy to see that when a lot of these retail investors, which are already using Robinhood to bump up the things like Tesla and GameStop and AMC, they're already on this trading app Robinhood, so it's very easy for them to basically pump money into a crypto like Dogecoin. As a result, though, Robinhood has now halted buy orders for Doge after it surged by more than 200% in 24 hours. I actually had a few friends who verified this and said that they couldn't execute their Dogecoin trades, mostly sell orders, but yeah, definitely noticed all of that congestion on this crazy movement. So one thing that is very important to note right now is that the recent surge in the prices of GameStop, AMC, and Dogecoin are not based on any fundamentals. It's driven solely by social media hype and a flurry of buying from retail investors on apps like Robinhood. And we have to be aware that every single time we've seen Dogecoin massively pump, it's always been as a result of some tweet or some big announcement. It's never been a bunch of continuous interest in this crypto. So, for example, back at the end of December, that's when Elon Musk tweeted one word Doge. And then back in January, we had an adult entertainer, Angela White, actually post about it and saying how she was holding it as well. And then obviously now we have the WallStreetBets hype coming in, a lot of this social media attention. So all of these things are pretty much what's been driving the price of Doge up continuously. So we see this big spike, then we see a long period of consolidation, spike, consolidation, spike, and then now we'll probably see a little bit of sell-off and then likely go into a longer consolidation period, allowing these exponential moving averages to catch up and then probably see a lot more consolidation, sideways price trading. Hopefully we don't get too much of a dump from here, but with such a huge day with 200% gains, it's definitely possible to think that once trading is opened up on Robinhood and a lot of the other exchanges, that we could very well see a huge flush in the price. But I think right now we're just seeing so much volume and so much retail investor interest come in that probably we're going to see a little bit of holding here, waiting for a longer term pattern to play out, and then probably we'll wait for the next social media announcement and then get the next nice leg to the upside. Now, with all of this constant hype and this new exposure from this Reddit group, there's a lot of predictions about Dogecoin being able to pass the $1 mark. And despite at one point today clocking in over 200% gains just for the day, we have seen GameStop surge over 1,600% in 2 weeks. So is it possible that we would actually see that happen and more for Doge? What has been absolutely wild right now, too, is just seeing how much Doge has surged up in the rankings on this CoinMarketCap ranking for the top 100 cryptos. So, I mean, now just based off of CoinMarketCap, we are sitting on top of some very big names with great fundamentals. You know, we're looking at Tezos, Tron, Theta, Synthetics, VeChain. So all this and more that we're actually seeing Doge sit on top of. It's pretty freaking nuts, right? So, number 17, circulating supply right now. 128 billion, right? So let's look at this with regards to the target of hitting $1. So if we did see a $1 Doge, we would be looking at the market cap sitting at 128 billion just for Doge. So putting that into perspective, that would shoot the market cap up, and that would sit Doge at number 3, which would be just under Ethereum right now at 152 billion. Seems absolutely crazy, but that is where the market cap price would be. Now, based off of the market cap of Bitcoin, it still would fall short, but if we think about the differences between Bitcoin and Doge, we're still looking at just a crypto that has the only use case of financial transfer. And to think that we would be looking at essentially a quarter of what the market cap is for Bitcoin, it's not an impossible prediction, although right now it is still very unlikely. So like we said, it's not totally impossible for Doge to actually get there, but what is going to be something we need to think about is how it's going to get there. So we are looking at the log chart right now, and just based off the log chart, that would put the price about right here. So thinking that doesn't seem like that much upside, but when we actually look at it not in a log chart, look at how much let's zoom this out a little bit. That's basically the size of the floor, so you can see the upside potential. All this price gain so far looks completely minuscule. When you actually zoom into it in reality, it's huge, right? So to think about how much we would actually have to rally in order to see this price target, it makes you think, how is it actually going to get there? And what fundamentals is going to keep pushing people into the space right now to actually see Doge shoot up this much and not actually see big retracements along the way to where it would actually lose investor confidence? That's going to have to be a lot of surging interest for a lot of this price to get there. Now, again, like we said, it's definitely not impossible, and from the current price, that's about 50x. Actually, it's a little less than 50x right now from current prices, so definitely not impossible overall. But kind of right now, it's just a matter of time and realizing how we're actually going to go from an extremely vertical pattern already. Now, this is the weekly, so seeing this huge explosive upside just in the last couple of months, definitely going to think how we're actually going to get there. So we went from basically nothing all the way up. Yeah, so over 600% gain so far. At the high, we were looking at about 800, basically just since the end of December. So pretty much, it's just going to take an absolute huge amount of increasing bullish volume to keep coming in and actually buying Doge, seeing the prices get higher and higher. Now, I'm definitely not one to discredit a lot of these retail investors on Reddit and Robinhood and things like that. You know, we're seeing a lot of hype, and if a lot of people keep throwing even a decent amount of money at it, even like several hundreds of dollars, if there's enough people coming in, it would actually be fairly easy for Dogecoin to hit $1. There's a lot of hype that the community actually wants to do it. So I think if there's actually enough people rallying behind this idea, it could definitely get there. And it would be mind-blowing, but it's definitely not out of the possibility. And like we say, crypto can always get more bullish than we ever thought possible. So you even have new first-time crypto buyers coming in that are just super excited about Doge from all the social media hype and attention. And I mean, we definitely can't discredit the fact that Elon Musk is behind it even more. One word Doge, like we did see in December, that just shot prices up even higher. So the fact that we do have pretty much a huge influential character like Elon Musk that a lot of people follow, and like we've talked about too, Elon Musk at one point was an unofficial CEO of Dogecoin, so definitely a lot of backing in that regard. So if you factor in the fact that there's a huge community and there's an influential character like Elon Musk, that keeps pushing this across social media and such, we could actually be very surprised and shocked, but realistically, it's not impossible for Dogecoin to actually hit that $1 mark. So with all that said, let's kind of deliver a realistic expectation. So you can see overall the volumes on the bottom have been pretty flat. Now we did have a nice little bump in price, and that was back at the end of December when Elon tweeted about it. And then we also had back in January, a nice little pump. And then also currently, right? So then huge big volume bar. So basically what we've seen is that anytime there's a lot of social media hype around Doge, we get a lot of buying pressure, but then it pretty much just fizzles out after that. The flip side, though, is that we actually haven't seen that much bearish volume come in and actually sell a lot of prices. We did see a little bit after we had the latest surge at the beginning of January. We saw a nice little dump. But more or less after that, we just saw minimal volume, which led to sideways trading and consolidation. So realistically, I don't mind one-day pumps like this that just have a ton of bullish volume, because we're actually not seeing this bearish volume come in and actually see selling prices to push prices of Doge down. So this could end up leading to more of this pattern where we see huge shot up and then consolidation with minimal volume. Then we'll get the next social media announcement, huge spike in volume, and then a next leg to the upside, sideways trading, minimal volume, and then the next leg up. So basically that could be one of the ways which we would actually get to the $1 mark. As long as we don't see any bearish volume coming in, we would likely see these prices just go sideways and actually sustain. It's kind of a weird chart pattern, but when we're actually knocking a lot of that bearish selling pressure because a lot of the buyers aren't really interested in selling right now because they are so focused on that longer term hold. So in fact, in the last video, we did talk about how the RSI would actually need to pull back and would lead to a lot of sideways consolidation before we saw this next leg up for the RSI. And after that, then we would see minimal volume coming in and then the next leg to the upside. If you want to hear more about the thought process and analysis behind it, video is going to be in the description, the link for it, and also up in the right-hand corner up top here. Definitely recommend checking it out. We'll have a lot more about Doge to talk about as well inside the videos. Definitely a lot of gamble going on with Dogecoin right now. I think a lot of people are treating it kind of like a casino in that regard, where you can throw $100 at it. If you do lose, then no big deal. But if it does go up to $1, for example, then you're going to get some pretty substantial returns. So with a lot of these new retail investors coming in, even dumping like a few $100 to $1,000, that's still going to be enough to shoot these prices up higher and higher and higher. And keep in mind too that all of that's based off of this order book coming in. So if we see an order book that just gets eaten up, we're actually going to see prices shoot up a lot higher than we would factor in like the mathematics behind, say, $1,000 times a million people or something like that. If that doesn't really make sense, let me know in the comments section below, and hopefully I can clarify for you. Should be fun and entertaining to watch, if nothing else. So that is going to wrap up the video for today, though. Hope you all enjoyed and like learning about how Doge can get to $1. If you did enjoy, I would appreciate hitting those thumbs up, like, and subscribe buttons. Greatly helps us out. Post all your questions, comments, feedback, and all that other fun stuff in the comments section below. Love getting back to each and every one of you. Thanks again for all the continued love and support. Take care, everyone. I'll see you back in the next video.